Welcome to Monday Night Live, the weekly training that guides professionals to financial prosperity. Join our community and let's start building your wealth.
So we all know the traditional list and sell model, right? It's pretty complex. There's lots of things that can go wrong, from getting from the top here to sold here. And so we're kind of out to change that. And we're looking at an innovative cash offer model. That if you look at this model compared to the traditional model, it's a lot simpler. Of course, if you don't get to a cash offer, then you have to revert to that model and list it. But this model is less complex. There's fewer hassles. You can close quicker, a lot quicker. There's multiple deal opportunities, and there's value added for the client, and it saves time, and it's flexible. So if you compare the traditional model here, where you have the broker, the retail sellers, retail buyers, and the bank, right? And of course, MLS should be here, but over here with our model, there's a lot more interaction with a lot more parties. So it's easier to make deals. So the model is cash offer, motivated sellers, and presenting options instead of just a listing. So some of the options are fix and list and a traditional listing, sale lease back, instant cash offers. Zudilio has a cash plus offer, I think a lot of people are familiar with. And then a bridge option where the seller can actually become a cash offer, so they're not stuck with a kick out clause on their contract. So our model is built for the investor agent, and investors find motivated sellers, fund the project, fix the property, flip the property, or they buy it, fix it, and hold it. Agents, right, can find motivated sellers, find cash buyers, work with flippers, contractors, cash buyers, iBuyers, or a traditional listing. If the agent wants to turn himself into an investor, then we're looking for, in these cash buyers, we're looking to turn a lot of those into private money lenders. So there'd be private money, sub twos, lease options, purchase options, contract for deeds, whatever kind of creative deal you can figure out that meets the seller's needs, right? So based on which program you come into, it's a done for you lead generation system. So you've got cash buyers, sellers, private lenders, flippers, contractors, motivated sellers, FSBOs, expired, canceled, off-market wholesale property inventories. And Xavier's got a lead generation system he's going to explain to you here that will give you live transfer calls and appointment setting. So why don't you go ahead and Xavier and explain what you have.
Sure.
You have
I have a presentation as well, so I can just share my screen.
Yeah. Do I have to unshare mine for?
No.
What is up?
I'm going to promote Xavier. You can stay promoted.
Okay.
Xavier, you should have it now.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, it says it's going to stop others. Let me just go here. And let me move this here. Yeah. So as Tim was explaining before, I would be handling all the lead generation. And as he said before, it's a completely done for you service. So this is an outline of what our system looks like. So first, we would be starting with Facebook ads. So we would set up an ad to the general population, just a very general ad saying, want to sell your house fast, but can't sell on market. Don't worry about renovations or repairs. We'll give you a cash offer really quick. So the ad would look something along the lines like this. So we'll have one general campaign. On top of that, we'll be tapping into your existing database. A lot of investors we worked with in the past, they'll have 1,000 people, 5,000, 10,000 people, just leads sitting in their database. We can target those people directly with ads. And then finally, if you don't have a large database or you want even more data to go off of, you can always go to the county or just skip trace a list, and we can target those people directly, send text messages. So that's the first step of the system. So once people see the ad, they're interested, they want an offer, they give us their information, that information will be sent to our CRM. Right away, within 5 minutes, they're going to get a text message informing them that they can expect a call from us. And then within 30 minutes of us getting their information, our team is going to call them. That first call is just a qualifying call. We're making sure they're a good fit for you. We're seeing what their timeline is, their motivation, condition of the property, amount they still owe on the loan. And we just try to get a better understanding of their situation. If we think they're a good fit for you, what our team will do is we'll transfer the call directly to you. So we'll get on the phone. Let's just say Tim is the investor in this scenario. We'll say, hey, Tim, we have a lead on the other line. Do you currently have time to speak with the lead? If Tim says yes, then we'll transfer the call. Our team will introduce them to each other. Hey, Tim, this is Rebecca. She's looking to sell. Da, 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 da. Then our team will leave the call. After our team leaves the call, you guys can talk. You guys can start the offer giving process. After that is done, after Tim is done with that call, usually an hour or two later, we'll just send him a text message and we'll ask him, how did that go? We're just confirming with you that it was a good lead. It's a real person. They're motivated. They want to sell. After Tim confirms that, at that point, we would charge a flat rate. So that's our system in a nutshell. You'll also have access to the backend CRM. So you'll just be able to keep track of everything.
Paw Patrol. Pepper.
Hey, let me see if I can find out where that is.
Yeah.
I muted.
Yeah, no problem. But so yeah, you'll have access to the CRM. It'll keep everything neat and tidy. Also, when we are taking that qualifying call, our team will also be taking notes that whole time. So you'll not only get an email, a text message of all the notes, but it'll also be stored in the CRM so you can keep track of everything. A big question a lot of people have with lead generation is, what about the quality? What if the quality is horrible? So that's why we have roadblocks in place. Number one, our ad is worded in a way that we're only looking for a certain type of person. We're not looking for someone that can sell on market. We're looking for someone that needs to sell ASAP. So that's expressed in our wording. Then we have our qualifying call. And then finally, we're having a last check with you just to confirm that it is what you're looking for. Here are just some results. Again, I can send this to Tim and he can send you guys the presentation, but here are just some results and an example of what you would see as soon as we get you a live transfer. So our team even rates the lead out of 10. And then hypothetically, say we call you and you're not available, we'll have access to your Google Calendar, and then we'll be able to book you or book that lead in for an appointment with you inside of your calendar. And because we have access, we won't be conflicting with, any of your existing meetings or appointments. So just to recap, you're getting Facebook marketing, lead qualification in terms of the calls, and database reactivation while we'll pull in your list and then market directly to them. And then after, in terms of the price, after you confirm that you're good with the lead, this is what you're looking for, the price is going to be $199 a transfer. Our goal typically, depending on the location and the area and how big of a range you want to target, typically we want to get you on the phone with 5 to 10 motivated sellers a month. And our expectations for our investors is, at least one of those out of 10, at least one is getting under contract. The only other expense would be you would be paying Facebook directly. Our recommendation is $50 a day paid directly to Facebook. That'll give us enough money, enough fuel on the fire to generate enough leads, to call enough people, and to get you on the phone with enough people. So that is the presentation in a nutshell. I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
That we can also have you work on any database lists that we input into the system, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
you'll upload. You could take like a pre-foreclosure list or whatever the list is and upload it into Facebook. Anybody that's on Facebook in that list is going to show up, and you're going to go
exactly.
after those.
Sorry about that. Yes, exactly. So whatever list it might be, we can create ads around that list, whether it's pre-foreclosure, whether it's fire damage, probate, etc. If the list is big enough, we can just create an ad directly around that and then target those people specifically, have them in their own campaign, and then, try to follow up with them. But yeah, if anyone has any questions or if you want to put any questions in chat, yeah, I'd be happy to answer anything.
Anybody got any questions for Xavier?
Yeah. So how much is it per month? It's based on the flat rate of the transfer call and then Facebook ads. Is that correct?
Yeah. So there's no monthly retainer. It's just you're only paying us once we actually get you on the phone with the motivated seller. The only other expense would be you paying Facebook directly just so we can advertise on Facebook. So there's no monthly fee or anything.
Oh, okay. So the $50 a day is just an estimate.
Yeah, it's ad spend. Exactly.
So just to be clear, this is a bolt-on addition for anyone who wants to, have a lead generator, doing this for them, right? It's done for them, right? So it's an addition to the basic system, right? It's an add-on.
Exactly.
You can set a cap on how much you want to spend per day on the Facebook, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So typically we don't work with anything under $50 a day. It's just because in terms of marketing, to find someone that's a motivated seller that wants to sell, relatively soon, it takes a lot of ad spend to generate those people. So if you want to increase it, if you're getting good results, you want to increase it past 50, that's something we can do, but we typically don't, it doesn't really work under $50 a day.
And is there Xavier, is there a length of time, like, in other words, you can't just do one day and expect to get results. Is there like a build-up time? It takes time for it to, start the advertising to become seasoned. Yeah,
so typically we're gonna generate leads right away, but like you said, for us to generate a large portion every day, the ads need to learn. We need to work on the back end and see, all right, this image is working, this image isn't working, maybe this city specifically that they wanted to target is working the best. Let's funnel, 60% of the budget there because it's getting us the best results. So typically we like to say, at least give us 1 to 2 months, but in those 1 to 2 months, you're going to be generating leads. Like we just started with a gentleman, I want to say a week ago, and day 1, we generated 4 leads. So that's, leads we're already calling, we're already working. So it's not like you're not going to get any leads right away. It's just the amount per day is going to increase exponentially as we get more data, as we're able to, hone in on the leads and figure out what's working.
And did you say that you guys will design the Facebook ad?
Yeah.
Integrated to our CRM?
Yeah. So it's completely done for you system. So we'll set up all of the ads. We'll be texting the leads if they need to be texted. We'll be calling them. You'll have access to the CRM if, you want to, but yeah, you're just going to be able to see all the leads, keep it organized, and it's just going to make life easier for you, but it's completely done for you system.
Do you use our CRM or a proprietary CRM?
So we use our own CRM. We use Go High Level. I think me and Tim are talking about a way potentially to maybe put all of the data we're getting into our CRM and transferring it to yours. We'd have to look into that a bit more, but for right now, it's just going to be into our CRM. You'll have a login to it, and then you'll be able to see all the data there.
And so when I linked my Facebook, I don't do it anymore, my Facebook ads directly to my CRM, as they continue to interact, the CRM, so will we have to work 2 different CRMs? Or would yours stop?
No, we're going to integrate all of this into our platform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about anything. Really, the CRM on your end for our service is just to keep you organized. You're not going to have to type in it. think about updating or moving people in a pipeline. It's all going to be done for you. It just, you can log in quickly and, kind of remember. But that's pretty much it.
It'll be integrated into the next level system.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said that it's $200 or $199 per transfer, right?
Yeah.
And that's after you speak with us and we confirm like they're really ready to sell.
Yeah. So pretty much we just make sure. So when we confirm with you, we're making sure that number one, this is the homeowner. They're looking to get a cash offer. They have a distressed property, and obviously they actually want a cash offer from you, and it's in the location that you want. After we get all of those things in place, then we kind of confirm that, all right, this transfer was successful, and then we would charge you. If there's any issues, like, maybe someone slips through and they're outside of your range, we just wouldn't charge you for that. Maybe if a weird situation happens, like, you get on the phone and they're not the owner and it's their cousin's uncle and they're trying to get an estimate for how much their house is worth. If something's complicated like that and it's hindering the process, we just won't charge you for that either. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
How soon how soon do you contact us after transferring the call? Like, what's a good amount of time that you feel it is for us to determine? Like, should we figure that out like in the first conversation?
Well, when we're talking to you, we're just trying to determine the points I made previously. So when we're talking to you, we're just making sure there's no weird outlier situation where you don't feel comfortable with the transfer or moving forward. We make sure it's in your location. You spoke with the homeowner and they express interest in wanting that cash offer. If there's some other issue that you bring to our attention, we can definitely address it, and then we just won't charge you for that. But that call after is just to touch base with you and make sure everything's fine. Make sure you're actually happy with the transfer.
And you do that like same day or?
Yeah, same day, usually. Yeah. Any more questions?
So the transfer fee, the $199, that's the one you've actually already screened somebody, interviewed them, and they're ready to move over to the agent. That's what that is, the 200.
Oh, I'm sorry. You kind of cut out a little bit. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, that's right, Gary.
Okay.
They
All right,
qualify. Good. They qualify the lead, and if it's a home, they qualify that it's a homeowner looking for a cash offer, and it's confirmed, and they collect that information he told you, and then it's transferred directly to the agent.
Yeah. And then we ask other questions. So we ask, like, what's your motivation? Like, we try to gauge their motivation level, condition of the property, so we can roughly kind of guesstimate and pass that information on to you. What's the loan amount? We try to make sure they're a relatively short timeline. If someone, if they're like, maybe sometime next year or 2 years from now, then we don't really count that towards as a real lead. So yeah, we're just trying to qualify them and make sure that, in a relatively short amount of time, you guys would be able to get that under contract or at least do something with that property.
Okay.
I've got a question. This is Brianna. So when the lead comes into Facebook, it goes into the CRM, correct?
Yes.
Right.
And you guys will then pre-qualify them.
Yes.
Will we be able to see the names and the people that are going in there that you're pre-qualifying?
Yes, exactly. So you'll have that information in the CRM. And when we text you so before the live transfer happens, you'll have all of those names, their contact information, everything. And all of that's exclusive to you. We never share any leads with anyone. And then after that live transfer happens and we send you those qualifying call notes, again, you'll have their name, phone number, email. You'll have all of the information.
Is there anything preventing me for also, say someone clicked on the Facebook ad, made an inquiry, but you weren't able to do a live transfer because it didn't happen. Would anything preclude us from reaching out to them as well? The people that weren't. Is it proprietary or?
I guess there's technically nothing to stop you from reaching out to them. We just advise not to, because our team is going to be the one making contact with them. So if they have two people making contact with them, they're just going to get confused and it's just going to become an issue. So we
You
recommend.
guys are going to work the leads until you get successful.
Sorry, can
Either
you say
get
that one more
a
time?
no, or you're going to work the leads until either you get a no
Exactly.
or okay.
Yeah. So we call them, I believe we call them 4 or 5 times within the first week. And then at least once a week, every single week, or once or twice a week, we'll call all of our previous leads. So let's just say you're working with us and now it's month 5. In those 5 months, we generated 300 leads, say, for example. Every week, we're going to be calling all of those leads. So on month 6, we're going to be calling all the leads again and trying to see all the people that fell through the cracks. So we're pretty much, on them until we get a no.
So what other methods of contact? You said my question is, when do you text them? Is there like a drip campaign that you have that we could look at?
So we have an automated text campaign that goes out. So what happens is they sign up for the lead. 2 minutes after they sign up, we send them a text message saying, looks like you're interested in selling a home, getting a cash offer. Our team will reach out today. After that happens, our team within the next 30 minutes is going to reach out to them. Then if we try to reach out to them, we have an automation. If 2 days goes by and we weren't able to reach them, an automatic text message gets sent out and it says, looks like you missed our call. It would be a good time for us to call you back.
Sure.
If they don't respond to that, we have another text message, I believe a day or 2 days later saying, hey, we're just checking in for the last time. Again, if you're interested in getting a cash offer, we would love to connect with you. We kind of leave it at that. There's pretty strict rules about texting people in the US. So we don't want to, send someone 10 text messages, but that's kind of how the system works.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Anna Galumian has a question too. And if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, feel
Thank
free.
you so much. Yes, I was just curious to know, do we have the ability to specify certain criteria of people that we'd like to work with? For example, if I work in a market that has available homes listed under 100, but I personally don't care to work them, for example, would it be possible to set a specified criteria with your company so that those calls are not made to me and essentially not counted against the lead transfer fee, so to speak?
Yeah. So in this scenario, would you be an agent looking for buyers or sellers, or would you be an investor looking for a distressed property owner?
Agent. It would be an agent.
I see. So when working with agents, what we can do is, like you said, that's correct. What we can do is we can ask qualifying questions in that Facebook lead form. So when they're filling that out, we can add that to our call team so they can ask those questions. But yeah, we like to say this, if you have reasonable requests, we can work with that. Sometimes investors will come to us or agents and they just have unreasonable requests. For example, maybe the average home price is 500,000 and they might say, I only want someone that wants to buy $1 million and up in these 3 blocks. Then at that point, we just couldn't work together because there's not enough volume people for us to market to. But if your request is reasonable, we can add that to our qualifying process. It would just be a conversation we have on the side.
Okay, very cool. And how far into their level of motivation, essentially, of going live, do you typically do the transfer? If they say, yeah, I might consider selling it, I'm just not sure when, probably in the next 2 years or something to that extent, would that be a qualifying call that you would essentially sign off on transferring to someone at that point? Or do you wait until like a 3 to 6 month mark, for example?
No, so that would not be a qualified call. We wouldn't entertain that. We wouldn't waste your time with that. In terms of investors, we try to get, like you said, relatively quickly, at least within the next few months, they're interested. In terms of agents, we try to hook someone up with at least 3 to 6 months. That's usually the max we'll try to connect a transfer with you. Past that, they're not really super interested. Once you try to get in contact with them and get them pre-approved, if someone's thinking 2 years out, it's just nothing's going to come of it. And then that commission is so far out for you, it just doesn't make sense. So for agents, we typically try to connect you with someone at tops 3 to 6 months. And in terms of investors, usually at least within the next couple months. But again, that's for the investor side, that's expressed in the ads. So we're trying to find someone that wants to sell quickly. Maybe they're in foreclosure. Maybe, we're trying to get someone that's really motivated.
What
That's
do you do?
awesome.
Oh, sorry, Anna.
It's okay, love. Go for it. I'll ask mine later.
No, you go ahead.
Go for it. Okay.
What do you do with those leads that may be outside of the 6-month parameter?
There's it
Our CRM, do you put them?
We can put those into a long-term drip with a Zudilio snapshot we have.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of different options. Some people, it really depends what we decide on the back end or what agreement we come to. We've had people in the past that say, we've come to agreement that, all right, we won't charge you if someone wants to buy in a year or 2 years, but we'll still give the transfer over to you. And, if that transaction ends up happening in a year from now, that's great for you. If it doesn't, you didn't pay for it. So, but like Tim said, everyone that's has a very long-term time frame, we're going to put them in a drip campaign, nurture them, make sure they're always thinking about you every couple of weeks and they're getting an email from you.
So they'll still be tagged to us.
Yeah, they'll still be in the system if if something comes up where they text you and they're like, actually, I want to sell in a year, but something happened, I want to sell right now. They'll be in our system. We'll be able to contact them.
We put it in the Zudilio drip campaign. Anytime they'll go look at a video, it's a 4-month cycle and it just cycles over and over. And anytime they take an action, you're notified.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. And then someone else had a question.
Sorry, my follow-up was, and please excuse me if you've already covered this in the beginning, I was a bit late. Do you have agents who actually are open to taking investor calls as well as agent calls?
Do we have...
What was that, Anna?
Do you have agents that are willing to accept investor interest calls, so to speak, or are the ad systems designed from the very beginning to either be geared towards investors or agents, but not both?
So
the whole system's geared for attracting motivated sellers who are looking for cash offers, and the system's geared to provide whatever solution works best for the seller, no matter what that is, whether it's a cash offer, whether it's a traditional listing, whether it's a sub 2 or seller financing or whatever solves the seller's problem. That's what we're looking for. And
perfect.
Right. So the whole idea is to, instead of having this whole list and sell rigid model, right? We can bring the seller who is motivated in the first place, because those are the people we're trying to attract with the lists that we put into the system, and provide those people with a solution to their problems, no matter what that is, right? And that's our job, is to figure out what that is and figure out the best option for them, which gives us the ability to provide better service at a higher level, because we're not just out there looking for a listing. We're out there looking on how best to solve their problem.
Yeah. And then to touch on what Tim said previously, our system is definitely more catered towards working with investors. Obviously, more money for us if we say, anyone can come in. But the fact of the matter is, with working with agents, whether it's a buyer or a seller, let's just say hypothetically, we get you a transfer. The transfer comes in, someone says, yes, I'm looking to buy a house in the next 2 to 3 months. If that happens, what we found that the motivation level just isn't as good as someone that's maybe in foreclosure. Maybe they just inherited a house and they just want to get cash, and you can get something under contract right away. So we don't want our agents to feel duped that they just paid $200. Now they're trying to get this person, pre-qualified and set up 2 weeks later, and now they're not really receptive. So we found that this system works best with investors.
Yeah. Well, the whole system built. See, the investor agent model, right? The agent has an advantage over the investor, because an investor has limited options, right? They can't list the property. They can't put it on the market. They can't provide the solutions that agents can, right? So that's why investors, they're great at developing leads, right, with motivated sellers, because that's who they have to have in order to make a deal happen. But if you have a seller who comes in and they, they are not that motivated, right? That gives the agent the advantage, because you can then list them and you gain credibility and become an advisor to them, because you're giving them all of their options instead of running out and asking for a listing, right? So I found that sellers really appreciate you taking the time with them to explain all the options they have, so that they understand what their options are, and that gives you a huge advantage over any other agent.
Yeah, and then just to speak on that, we recently started working with a guy named Joseph out of California, and he's pretty much targeting all of California. And the reason we were able to generate so many leads so quickly, I think, is just because we were giving that end seller so many options, or he had the facilities to give them a lot of options. If they're behind on their mortgage, they're like, we'll pay off the mortgage, we'll give you some more time to think about exactly what you want to do. Or maybe they want to renovate and actually post it on the market, they can cover that. So I'm not saying that's maybe applicable for everyone, but if the end investor or agent can offer that seller a lot of different options, you're building their trust, and they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna look to you for guidance, or than someone that's just trying to sell my house and give me a crappy offer. So
right.
The one thing to remember too, guys, this came up in an earlier call today, one-on-one call. One of the key premises of all this is to really talk to people, have conversations with people, like Tim was saying, and eventually set an appointment, because a lot of consumers are going to just not be thrilled with the cash offers and other creative ways of doing things. Some will, right? And you definitely want to work with them, but the ones that aren't, that's when you say, look, clearly this won't work for you. The offers are too low. Let's do things traditionally. Let's put it out on the system where every agent sees it and puts it out to their databases. So your property is getting a lot of exposure, and generally would bring in more offers that are closer to list price and more traditional in nature, which is what most consumers are used to. So think of it as a giant lead source to ultimately get you listings. Are you going to get some sales out of it initially just based on the cash offers? Absolutely, but not all of them. In fact, that Zudilo even said, I think it's like 5% of the cash offers actually work for the sellers, but the other 95%, what that means is you have the conversation with someone wanting to sell. They want to sell, and you've got them in a conversation. So your job at that point is set the appointment and get a listing. If you can sell it off market, absolutely do it. But
we can
I think
actually,
everybody who knows
we can actually list it off market on a national basis. It's basically like an MLS, kind of off market MLS system that has national reach, and we can post your property on that platform. If the seller wants to market it offline, as long as it's, in compliance with whatever your state rules are.
Yep. Okay.
Any more questions?
I think we're caught up now. The chat box is clear too. So if you have is there another section to show?
Yeah. Xavier wanted to get out of here early, so
okay.
Otherwise,
no, I'm fine. If anyone has any more questions, I'm fine to stay. It's completely fine. I know it's a lot to kind of take in.
The whole thing's kind of a lot for most people to take in.
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Right. I mean, so if there's no more questions for Xavier, I'll go on with the slides that I have.
Okay.
My question was, do you guys happen to have any statistics on so far what the strategy has been able to generate in different markets that you'd be willing to share?
In terms of, we we have an idea of how many leads we can generate in certain markets, and we kind of know which areas are a bit more difficult to generate leads in. In terms of what leads actually turn into transfer or turn into deals for the end investor, we just don't track that. Sometimes we have conversations with our investors, and if they're happy, they'll stay. But that's the good thing about us. You're not locked into how other agencies work, where you're locked into paying $2,000-$3,000 a month directly to us, and there's no kind of guarantee of what you're getting. At the end of the day, if 1 month goes by and we give you 11 transfers and we already went through the process, we qualified them, we confirmed with you, and then for some reason at the end of that you're just not happy with it, then that's a conversation we can have. But typically, if you're having any issues, you can always just back out. But that's why we do it per transfer, so you can really, with every transfer, you can gain experience and see, all right, are they actually generating me, good leads? Am I getting on the phone with them? Are they receptive? Do they actually want to transfer? So you're able to, build up that confidence with us before you're just, writing us a check for $2,000-$3,000. So we think the system works really well.
That's awesome. And that being said, what is your retention rate, just out of curiosity?
For our agent or for the investors we work with?
Yes.
It really depends, because what'll happen sometimes is we'll work with an investor for maybe like 3-4 months, and then they'll say, hey Xavier, we have 2 or 3 under contract. We're going to start the fix and flip. Now we want to pause the service, or we want to reduce the amount of ad spend or something along those lines. So it really depends, but I want to say probably anywhere from 6 to 12 months. And typically after that portion, a couple months later, they'll want to sign back up. But again, we try not to, maybe Tim's system's a bit different, how it interacts with us, but we're not trying to lock anyone in for, a 6-12 month contract. But typically we just work on a month to month, but yeah.
Did you know that you can participate in class every Monday? We call it Monday Night Live, 7 p.m. Eastern, with me and dozens of other investor agents from around the country, in fact, the world. Every Monday, totally free. No selling, no recruiting, just straight up education on anything and everything in real estate. And we have a lot of good guests coming on once or twice a month, bringing in expertise on subjects like how to buy a house with crypto. Okay. How about them apples? What about AI? How's AI affecting our business? How about the metaverse, blockchain processing? We're already using it in title work. So come on to Monday Night Live, be ready to take notes and ask questions, because it's live and engaging, and you get to participate by asking questions and meeting others. So we'll see you there. Go to GaryRealEstateWithGaryWilson.com, click on the resource tab, drop down, and you'll see Monday Night Live. And in there, you can see one of the most recent classes, but more importantly, you can register for class, as many as you want, going up to like the end of the year, I believe. So in any case, do that. We'll see you on Monday Night Live. Look forward to meeting you in person. Take care.
Yep.
Good evening. I have a question. Did you guys address the question in the chat? I got here a little late, so I apologize if you did.
You said, would that be 25 days times? So it would be 30 days. So the contractual period would be in 30-day spans. So it'd be $50 for 30 days. Yeah, and that's just how it would work. And typically when you just start the service, it would take a week to set everything up, but that wouldn't be counted towards the 30 days. As soon as the ads are active, that's when the 30-day period would start.
Is there any leeway in the amount that you require us to spend in ad spend? Like, could it be 30 days? I mean, $30 a day, or is 50 the minimum?
We just like to say, because we've done a lot of testing and we found that just $50 is where you want to be at. The fact of the matter is, if you're working with maybe an agent and you're trying to generate buyers or sellers, I've seen lead costs from $8 to even $15. But when you're trying to get a motivated seller that's looking to get a cash offer relatively quickly, the volume of people is so low, you have to do a lot more marketing. So, you could see prices of $20 a lead, $30 a lead. So, we don't want to generate you 1 or 2 leads a day. We want to be generating you, 3 leads, as the campaigns mature, we want to get you, 4 leads or 5 leads a day. So maybe it might be possible you start off with a lower amount and we just set that expectation for you. But the fact of the matter is, we get paid once we get transfers, and if we can't generate you enough transfers, then it's not profitable to us, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Any more? Oh, there's a few.
Xavier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So question, do you just do Facebook advertising or do you do Google local ads or anything like that?
Right now, we just do Facebook. We think our system works best with Facebook. The thing
Okay.
about Google is Google, like Facebook ads, what we're testing is different images, different copy. That's what we're testing. With Google, we're really testing different landing pages. So you would need to, we just don't have that infrastructure built out to consistently be testing different landing pages. And just in our research, we found that Facebook typically works a bit better.
We have other services on the platform for that, Dwayne.
Okay.
This is just one of the lead generation
Methods.
methods that we have. We've got like 4 or 5 more to go over yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then what's great about Facebook too is because Google is intent based. So you're only targeting people that are really interested in getting a cash offer right away, and they're looking at their options. With Facebook, when someone's scrolling, they might not even know that's an option. You're getting a lot of people that might not necessarily be looking on Google, but they think, actually, that might be a good idea. I'm actually planning on moving. Maybe I do want a fast cash offer. So, there's pros and cons to both, but we found that Facebook works. But as Tim said, there's so many different options that you can test out with the platform.
And yeah, we've got quite a few more to go over yet.
Yeah.
So I think Xavier's pretty much covered what they have and how it works and everything. So
yeah, I'll let you continue.
Can I say something?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Can I say something?
Sure.
20 years. I went with Mike Ferry in 1999. And I said, this stuff is too hard. I don't want to do this. I'd rather be an investor, which I have been for 20 years, and I've made good money at it. These guys are telling you the truth. You get in a good area, an area that's not dead, and they will be able to produce leads for you, but you have to be prepared to buy them. You've got to have your backup. You've got to have your money ready. You can't go in and talk stuff to these people like you're going to list it for them. They want buyers. They want somebody to solve their problems. They want somebody to get them out of the situation they're in. Mm-hmm. And these ads bring these type of buyers to you. You have to have an investor's mindset. And oh, by the way, my company's name is All the Options 4.
Nice.
LLC here in Virginia. So
nice.
They're telling you the straight skinny on this. I'm back in the group so that I can do better at my listing because I haven't been pumping the money out to get the leads in. But I'm getting ready to send out 600 postcards. But they'll answer to the Facebook ad quicker than they will to the postcard. Right. So if you're looking to team up, if you want to spend the money on it and you want an investor to put it together and buy it from them in a week or two, because some of them, my daughter just talked to somebody they finally called her one day before the auction. No good. You can't do anything one day before the auction. It's when people are starting to feel the pressure that they'll answer this man's ad. And they're telling you the truth. If you want to spend the money on it, it'll get you some deals, but they're not your regular retail buyer and seller. And you need to be able to buy them off market.
That's what the system.
That's all I got to say.
Thank you. That's exactly what the platform's designed to do.
Yeah. And then before I head out, I just wanted to make 2 points too. And I think because some people, they do come to us and they're like, I just want, this zip code and this street right here and this back road. What we like to say is the bigger the range, the better, whether you have to partner with other investors to cover the range, but the larger the range, that's going to produce the best results. And then second, I think a lot of investors, especially if they're on the phone a lot, they're taking a lot of deals, they kind of remove the human aspect of connecting with people. A lot of the times we work with investors on, you know, these people are going to lose their home, they're pre-foreclosure, they're stressed, and then, you know, to have an investor come and they're like, you know, 200,000 is the best we can do, take it or leave it. It's like, you got to be compassionate and you got to be able to connect on them on a human level and be able to follow up with them. So those are just the two things I wanted to mention, and I think those things help the process go a lot smoother.
Yeah, and that's where the agent has the advantage over the investors, because they, you know, can provide those options that, you know, that might work better for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey Tim, go ahead and show the next part. I know we're getting short on time here.
All right, Tim, thanks for having me. I'll head out.
Thanks, Xavier.
Yep.
Thanks, Xavier. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet all of you. All right, you guys have a good
Thanks,
one.
Xavier.
Yeah, no problem.
So back up on the screen, am I?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, Xavier's live transfers and appointment setting is just one of the lead generation sources that we have. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get to the next slide here. Here we go. So here's some of the elements, right? We got a comprehensive integrated lead gen CRM platform and a dedicated support team with Xavier, me, Lisa, and we have a virtual assistant lead gen person on staff right now. His name is Wally. The platform handles all your communications: phone, email, text, voicemails, Facebook Messenger, Google Messenger, you know, et cetera, et cetera. We can input any kind of data list you want into the system and work that list, right? We can put it into workflows and campaigns that are done for you on every service plan we have. And depending on which level you go, we have advertising, sales funnels, and done for you websites, depending on which plan you choose. And we always have, like Gary said at the beginning, always have a growing list of tools and resources. We're always looking to refine. We're always keeping an eye on the market and things coming out in AI. We've got on our platform, we have AI and chatbot capabilities. There's all kinds of things that we're not going to go over tonight that are available in the system. But we just, you know, we just don't have time to go over all of them. So here's basically the high value benefits for you, right? It's a win-win for all the agents, investors, buyers and sellers, everybody involved, right? We want to create win-win situations, and there's unlimited opportunities with off-market properties, depending again on the plan you choose. You know, faster, higher rate of deal closings. The transactions, especially on cash offers, are a lot easier to manage than your traditional, you know, list and sell model. The leads are all delivered right to you, right within the platform, and everything's all in one place for you, all your communications, all your pipelines, everything's all right at your fingertips. You can create deals remotely, right? As long as there's an agent on the other end, you can work any market in the country. This thing is scalable anywhere you want to work. Multiple commission opportunities on these deals, right? Like you work with a local investor, and even the iBuyers on Zoodealio, right? I've worked some deals locally where I find a motivated seller, I take it to a local cash buyer, they buy it, they fix it up, and then they give it back to me to list, right? You can do that on Zoodealio too. We also have, you know, expert advice and guidance on this model, right? I've been working this model for 3 years, so I know what goes. And Xavier, he's, you know, he's been working with investors for a long time, and you know, we're used to this model, and we can help you. So yeah, the whole thing's really built to build long-term relationships, right? So here's I want to illustrate the difference between working with cash buyers, fix and flippers, motivated sellers on a local level, as opposed to working with iBuyers on a national level. So basically, here's the difference between the results you'll get on Zoodealio and the results you'll get working in a local market with local investors and local motivated sellers. So I'm going to play this video, and we're just going to kind of go over some of the deals that I've done here locally with local investors. And so I just want to illustrate the contrast between working with Zoodealio and working with our system, which includes Zoodealio integrated into it. So hi everyone, I'm Tim Lewis with Next Level Home Sales. We provide motivated sellers agents, investors on a retainer and referral basis. I have here with me Ethan, a member of a group of investors, and we've been working together and have been quite successful closing motivated seller leads, either ending with a cash offer for the sellers and the investors, or an on-market listing and sale for myself, or a referral listing and sale on out-of-state properties. So we'll just get started quick. Ethan, we closed on a deal. The seller, a huge chunk of money to the closing table to close. I think it was in the order of $3,000 just to get the properties. What can you tell us about that deal?
Yeah, that was just an issue with when the seller just really wanted out of the deal. It didn't matter what the price was on the home. I think it was like closer to 20K, but 20K, 30K, I mean, what's the difference, And there was some work that needed to be done on the home in order for them to list it on market. So they just kind of felt stuck. The husband was a truck driver. It was just the wife, kind of home alone, obviously with no skills to fix up the house. So she just felt stuck, and we came in and gave her the price that we could pay, and she accepted it. And we worked with her, we buy everything completely as is. So like there was old, furniture and things in the house that she wanted to leave, and she got to leave all that and was happy at closing.
Cool. So that worked out good for them, worked out good for you guys, worked out good for me too. So
correct. Yep.
No, we also have done a couple of sale leasebacks. Tell us how those worked out for you and for the seller.
Yeah, that one I remember specifically was like just off 57th here in Sioux Falls, but yeah, so we purchased the house, and the seller wanted to stay there, and they wanted to stay there for like a year. So we just agreed to rent, and all the terms of the contract before we closed the deal, signed the lease. They stayed there for a year, and then after a year they moved out. Same situation with that lady that brought 20 to 30K worth of closing. He got to leave a lot of things behind. He didn't have to fix up any dry wall hole repairs. Didn't have to paint his cabinets or carpet, change the carpet, anything like that. And he was done in a year. He moved out. So
and that was the guy that moved to Montana, right? After he took care of his dad.
Yeah, I want to say Tennessee, but something like that. Yeah, it wasn't close. It wasn't close to South Dakota. Yeah, it was a ways away.
That worked out good for him. I know there was another one where the couple was living in Minnesota somewhere. They had property where his mother was living, and did you end up leasing that one back too?
Which one was that?
It was one where his mother was living in the property, and the couple lived in Minnesota, and needed it still had tube and knob wiring and stuff like that. You remember that one?
Yep, that was a shorter term lease back. So that was more of like a 60-day, lease back, where we had them stay in the property for 60 days. Same situation, didn't have to fix anything up, and kind of gave them that time to go find another rental property in town, because the son was in Minnesota and wanted to sell the house, and he owned the house. His parents were renting it from him.
All right.
So just gave them a little bit of time to, go find another house. And how we do business, like we're not trying to kick anybody out or anything like that. Anytime there's an option to work with a seller, we love doing that stuff. That's what separates us.
Cool. And then how did those deals work out for you, after they moved out? What did you do?
Made money on all of them. I think Oh, that the one off 57th we kept for a couple years, but we sold it since, and the other ones were all flips. So we basically, as soon as they moved out, we started fixing it up and sold it on the market. And anybody that's been in real estate the last 3 to 4 years has made a pile of money, you know?
Right. With that massive appreciation, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty easy to make money. So it's tougher to find the deals.
Right. So I'm gonna cut that off right there. We just talked about some more deals. So here's kind of a rundown of different parts of the system.
Welcome to the next level lead gen CRM platform, where you can not only capture new leads, but nurture the leads that are deposited into your account on a daily basis. This is a fully automated system designed to help you close more deals. Let me give you a quick demo. This is the dashboard. This allows you to manage your leads and your sales pipelines at a glance. This dashboard is customizable depending on the area that you're working, whether it's motivated sellers or contractors or fix and flippers. It also lets you manage your online reputation. This is the area we call opportunities and pipelines, where you manage your sales leads. The majority of this is done for you, and it is based on activity from your leads. They trigger an email or watch a video or respond to a text, and you get automatically notified that that lead needs to be called. They may be in a nurture sequence that is a combination of emails, calls, texts, even voicemail drops, where there is actually, their phone does not ring, but they receive a voicemail from you and are able to contact you back. All of your conversations, whether email, text, call, are all captured in the conversations area. You can manage all of those conversations from here. You can also reply to all of those conversations right from the platform. If you are not sure what email was sent, you can actually click on it, or a text message, review what it was, and you can respond directly from the platform. That is both for email and for SMS. We also have a built-in calendar. This can integrate with Google Calendar. It allows your clients to book appointments with you directly on a calendar that you customize. It shows the clients that are confirmed. It allows you to reschedule, mark them as no-showed clients that would also put them in another automated system sequence. You are also able to manage your online reviews, send review requests, and respond to those reviews directly from the platform. And there is so much more. You have Google My Business Messenger, web chat, missed call, text back, power dialer, onboarding, and our affiliate program. Welcome to the next level.
Oops. Gotta find a place here. Okay.
Welcome to the.
All right, Lisa. Oops.
Hi. All right. Hey, I'm Lisa Diamond. I actually have built Tim's platform, the Next Level Home Sales. I just wanted to briefly go over with you the options on the platform. You have a deal maker platform that includes a lot of automations. It also includes leads that are put into your system for your area, whether they're FSBOs, expireds, or canceled leads, area leads, contractor leads, investor leads, that are deposited directly into your CRM account. The platform allows you a lot of the capabilities of the platform, actually the majority of the capabilities of the platform. And then the next level, the accelerator plan is going to give you the additional qualified referral leads that you actually don't have to pay for. Those are qualified before they get to you. Those I would consider the hot leads, like those you want to call right away. It also includes a virtual assistant for 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. You determine the 4 hours, you determine which 5 days. It also then gives you additional platform options of do-it-yourself websites. The templates are there for you, but forms, additional trigger links, templates, campaigns, all the reporting. It also, if you're on social media, which as a realtor, investor, you probably are, you actually connect your Facebook, your Instagram, your Google My Business, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, if you're on it. And all of that is incorporated into the platform. And you can actually make your posts to those social media platforms directly from your CRM platform. And then the inner circle is everything included from the two plans before, but it includes a virtual assistant 8 hours a day. These virtual assistants, by the way, are lead gen assistants. They're the ones. Next Level Home Sales, Tim is actually supplying area leads, whether they're cash buyers, fix and flippers, contractors, in an area that you specify when you onboard. And these virtual assistants are actually making the calls for you. That's included in your plan. You are not paying them in addition to.
Can I interrupt you just a second? Those leads include pre-foreclosures or whatever kind of motivated seller list you can dream up. We'll find that data and we'll input it in there, and your lead generators can work those and deliver you ready to sell leads. Go ahead, Lisa.
All right. And the inner circle also includes done for you websites and automation, complete setup. It includes sales funnels. They're all built into your program. They're already built, just need to be customized to you. And depending on how far you want to take it as an agent, as an investor, writing blogs or creating memberships, that is also available to you as well. And the last thing that I will just say is there is onboarding. There is an affiliate program, and I'll let Tim go into more detail about the affiliate program. If anyone has.
So the affiliate program, whatever level you're at, if another agent signs up with your affiliate link, you'll get 10% of whatever you're paying. So if you sign up 10 affiliates, your platform's paid for. And if you sign up 20 affiliates, you're making money on your platform while it's making money for you. And that works with any of the three membership plans. So yeah, we wanted to put that in there so that so that use that affiliate program that really makes it super affordable, and it's going to be a very highly effective system, right? And designed for the investor agent. So Lisa's got some bonus and add-ons to go over with you.
Yeah. So actually, if you sign up, this is a month-to-month basis program. However, if you decide to jump all in and sign up for the annual plan, you do actually get 2 months free on each of the plans. In addition to that, you are assigned a phone number. You get to pick it. I help you with your onboarding and setup. But you will be given a dedicated phone number And that could be your outward facing phone number, your website phone number, your Google My Business phone number. And the reason you want to use that number as opposed to your own individual cell phone number is that because of the features of the platform, things like missed call, text back, if somebody finds you on Google and we help you set up your Google My Business so that you are coming at the top of the list in, investor sales or need to sell my house fast or, experienced realtor and investments. Those kind of things matter when people are searching online because that's what they're searching for. So we help you get that set up. And with even the deal maker plan, you get a Google My Business chat button, which is a messenger button that goes to the phone number that you select with your plan. And all of that comes into your platform and you're able to look at that inside of your platform, but it also gets forwarded to your cell phone and you can respond directly from your cell phone and it looks like it's going to the outward facing phone number.
We also have a mobile app too that you can access the entire platform from as well. Sorry, Lisa.
That's okay, Tim. I'm used to it. Thank you very much. And then, so obviously there is a text phone cost to everything. But with each plan, you are given a complimentary credits in your plan. So just to run through this quickly, because I know we're running past your normal time. For the deal maker plan, you get $10 a month. And just to put that in perspective, that's 840 text messages or 781 minutes on the phone or 9,871 emails. If you're doing over that volume, raise your hand. If you're not, $10, you're not going to be paying additional costs. After you reach that $10 cost, then you will be billed on a monthly basis for what you use. And then, of course, the middle plan is a $25 a month. That's 2,100 texts, 24,679 emails. And on the Inner Circle plan, it's $100 monthly credit, and that's 8,400 texts, 98,000 emails. And back to you, Tim.
Well, here's your support team. Me, here's Lisa, Xavier, there's Wally. And as we add agents, Wally will be in charge of helping us to hire, train, and work with our lead gen people on the accelerator and the Inner Circle program. So as we grow, we'll be bringing on more and more virtual assistants, lead generators. So Lisa's our system admin. She's our developer. She helps you set up your account and helps you set up your campaigns and workflows. And she's our IT support. I'm more on the real estate side, where if you need, advice on how to deal with sellers, how to work this model, I can help you there. I'm also always on the lookout for new ways to generate leads, and I can help you coordinate your deals and help get you all up and running and everything. So I went over the platform with Trevor the last week, and I showed him a lot of stuff that you haven't seen. And so here's just a short video of a little interview with Trevor, and he's going to tell you what he thinks about the system. So Tim Wilson, Next Level Home Sales, and sitting here with Trevor White. And so Trevor, give us your take on the system that we just showed you, motivated seller cash offer lead platform.
Well, so this is what we've all been kind of really looking for. We've been, we're taught in real estate when we join in to call all the people that have been called already a million times and offer them the same thing that everybody else is offering them, right?
Right.
And that's where we, to use your brand name, your next level, where we're next leveling up, is getting people out there and offering more solutions like the cash offer, like the fix and flip, or even the what I think is going to be longer term, but very highly profitable is the, where we let them stay in their home, for a year or whatever, the lease back option, come in, fix it up, sell it, and run with that. But I think having somebody, just churn it and burn it, because like we wear so many hats as realtors, but we don't, those are not all our jobs, So, we some may be great at admins, right? And that's why they go from being an active agent to an admin on a team, maybe. Other ones are go out there, get in front of people, close the deal. That's me. I'm not a sit there and call on the phone over and over and over again, kind of person. I want to have a nice warm lead. I want them ready to go. And that's the kind of system I'm looking for. And it looks like that's what we're talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about. And plus, we're adding, we're cultivating private money lenders, and really the team we're building at Next Level Sales is we're looking for investor agents, right? Or agents who want to become investors, and we're providing the tools, the mentoring, the system, and the model, right, to make that happen. So you've had kind of a review of the system. How well do you think that's going to work for you?
Oh, I think it's going incredibly well, and the system itself is so simple. I love the dragging and dropping of where they are. Visually, I can see that. I'm an incredibly visual person, so having a ton of little tiny drop down things, probably isn't my kind of system. I like a nice big overview. I don't get bogged down in the details, and so yeah, the CRM system looks really, really impressive.
So take we're at EXP, right? And we're giving KV cores. So based on what you've seen so far on your tour of just your short tour of the system, how much easier do you think our system is to use over KV core?
Yeah, it's a short tour, but we had a nice overview of it and everything. And like I said, or as we discussed earlier, you can get boggled down in KV core. And there's a reason why there's coaches out there that make hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Right.
and they're not even in real estate anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the capabilities are somewhat similar to what you can get with KV Core, right? You got the workflows, you set up the campaigns, the drip campaigns, whether they're text,
Right.
email, phone, right? You got your conversations are all in one place, whether they're text, email, phone, or whichever other one. But all your conversations are right there, right? Facebook messaging is right there too. Your Google messaging, your Google profile messaging is right there. You've got Google, you can, that's one thing we didn't talk about is how you can maximize leads coming in from your Google profile is one of the great benefits of the system too.
Well, and it's all kept right there in a linear form, like a conversation, instead of compartmentalizing everything.
Right.
One of the features I picked up on personally, yes.
Cool. What do you think about the power dialing system?
Oh, that'll be immensely helpful.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then all your conversations are recorded right there, so everything's all in one place.
All right there.
Very simple to use, and we're very compact and robust.
Yes, absolutely. Yep, I'm excited, Tim. We're going to do great things.
All right. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Anything else to add?
No, just excited. And if anybody else has questions, reach out to me as well. And as we get things rolling, just excited. It's going to be a big change in our industry, I feel.
I think it's going to change the face of our industry.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you very much for.
Absolutely. And thank you, Tim, for all your time and all the work you're doing. And, it's not just to help yourself. You're really going to be helping a lot of other agents. And
that's what I'm in it for. That's what I'm in it for, to build a team of investor agents, right? Because we are the global investor agents.
That's right. Absolutely. Thanks again, Tim.
You bet. Thank you, Trevor.
All right, so Q&A.
So for anybody interested, Tim, what's the next steps? I mean, should they just call you or email you?
Next steps. So you can either register for one of the platforms that Lisa talked about, or you can go to nextlevelhomesales.com and schedule a discovery call, and I can give you a tour of the system, answer any questions you got, and go more into the features and whatever other questions you have. So either or, it's fine with me. We've it's been a long time coming. I think I've been working on this, getting something like this together since about 21. So 2 years I've been working on this, and Lisa put the whole thing together in the system in the last, I don't know, two and a half months. So we've got a top of the line, cutting edge business model for real estate agents, and we've got the systems and the lead generation and the leads to go with it, right? So it's a business in a box. It should supercharge anyone who is interested in working a cash offer, motivated seller, investor agent model.
Okay, guys. Any final questions? Anna, do you have another question? I see your hands up there.
I don't. I'm so sorry. I might have put it down, but I didn't see my hand being up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, this will be coming out tomorrow. Beverly's going to send the recording out with this in here, so I have all the information. But what I would suggest is, compare this to, like I've said in the past, you're going to either put in time, energy, or money, or some combination of any of those three things, any or all of them, to be successful. So this is a way for you to not have to do all the legwork, right? You do have to speak with people. I mean, you got to close them, right? So no matter what, you have to be able to do that.
Right.
But so Tim, is there so there's a way they can do this monthly? I think I saw the one slide of the three different options, three different platforms. Each one they could do monthly. But is it a year-long commitment, or is it just they can do 1 month at a time?
They can do a month at a time.
Okay.
If you go for an annual subscription, you get 2 months free. And with any system like this, like Xavier was saying, right? I mean, you can start generating some leads with the list we put in, right? And starting a call or put them into a campaign, right? And follow up, and but any way you do it, whether it's this system or any other system, you have to put the time in, and you have to work the system, and you have to learn the system, and you have to learn how to make it work for you, right? And there's plenty of leads and lead generation sources and lists that we can put in, right? I mean, this is all done for you. It was designed to provide you with the leads so that you're not having to prospect, so that you're not having to follow up and nurture, right? It's geared towards just laying the leads right in your lap for you to close, right? One way or the other, right? So if you learn the model, then and we have scripts and resources and tools, and onboarding videos and the systems. Once you initially learn it, which doesn't take too long, and it's very simple, very user friendly. And
Yep.
very, very, very effective. It's going to be very effective.
What I would do, guys, is give Tim a call, maybe work through a scenario in your area. And unfortunately, I did promise somebody I'd call him here in about a minute, 8:30 Eastern, and I've got to get up early in the middle of the night and drive 16 hours tomorrow. So, but if you guys could, you're all in different areas, I would at least check it out and look at your specific area and see what some of the numbers are for the area, and then make your determination. So, yeah, sound good? Well, thanks, Tim. I mean, this is just the beginning. There's more to come, but I'm grateful you were able to pull this off and get this all together in such short time. Especially the way the market's going. I mean, it's going to be stuff like this is going to become more critical in the coming months, I believe. So
it was a process, but we got her done.
Yep. Well, that's a sign of a real businessman. You get it done. So, and thanks everybody for participating. I will see you on your next one-on-ones. Yep. We'll see you next Monday night. Again, and look for the recording. If you have any questions or comments, email me, text me, call me, and also, of course, let Tim know too. Get a hold of Tim. Okay, guys. You guys have a good week. God bless you and your families, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Gary.
Thank you for watching this episode of Monday Night Live. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and go to realestatewithgarywilson.com to join our community and start building wealth today.